baby bus!
Let's go, Sheriff Labrador!
Special episode, The Riddle of the Traffic Light Monster, Part 1.
Here you go, Larry. Try this. It's fresh tomato juice.
Ah! Whew! This tomato juice is really sweet. Thank you, Lily.
At noon that day, Larry the golden retriever had gone over to Lily the lamb's house to play. Lily's family had planted a large tomato field near their house. Larry gulped down the tomato juice and looked around curiously. Then he noticed that most of the tomato field behind Lily's house was empty, leaving only the front half of the tomato field dotted with unripe tomato plants.
Huh? Lily, did you harvest the tomato field behind your house?
No, we didn't. Oh, so what happened here?
Lily was so shocked that the wool all over her body stood on end. She quickly looked behind the house and saw that the tomatoes in the large field of tomato vines had vanished.
Oh, no! The tomatoes are gone! Don't tell me the traffic light monster I saw last night was real!
Traffic light monster?
Yes! Last night, when I got up to go to the bathroom, I suddenly saw traffic lights floating in the tomato field. All 3 lights, red, yellow, and green, were round and bright, just like the traffic lights on the road. It floated back and forth between the tomato plants, and now a huge part of our tomatoes just disappeared. Oh, I think it must have been the monster who stole the tomatoes.
Larry immediately recalled a cartoon he had seen.
Oh! I know what happened. Just like cars can change shapes and turn into other things, traffic lights may also be able to turn into monsters. If that's what happened, we need to ask the greatest expert of all for help.
The greatest expert of all? Who's that?
Early in the morning, Sheriff Labrador stood with his eyebrows furrowed in concern.
Oh, I've got a bellyache. I have to go to the bathroom.
Ow! Oh, my tummy!
Ow! It hurts so bad!
In the Seashell Wood Police Department, the officers were clutching their stomachs and groaning in pain.
What's wrong, guys? What did you eat today?
Sheriff Labrador called an ambulance immediately, and a beam of seriousness flashed behind his dark, round eyes.
Oh, I've had fried chicken, hamburgers, popcorn, lots of cola, and the Sweet at Heart tomato juice.
I only ate an apple, a banana, some broccoli, cucumbers, corn, and then drank a cup of Sweet at Heart tomato juice. Ow!
Sheriff Labrador quickly zeroed in on the one similar thing the officers had eaten.
Sweet at Heart tomato juice? Did everyone here drink Sweet at Heart tomato juice?
Ow! Yes, Sheriff Labrador. A street vendor parked their cart near the public toilet next to the tomato field in Seashell Wood and was selling Sweet at Heart tomato juice. Ah! Oh, they have a special offer today. Buy 8, get 8 free. So, we all chipped in and bought juice together.
So you guys all came down with a stomachache after drinking the same Sweet at Heart tomato juice. Based on your symptoms, I think you probably got food poisoning. Well, you guys should get to the hospital first for treatment. I'm gonna go check out this Sweet at Heart tomato juice.
Immediately after the officers were taken to the hospital by ambulance, Sheriff Labrador went to the tomato field. The vending cart selling tomato juice had moved away from the tomato field, but the heavy wheels had left deep imprints in the ground.
Huh? There's a triangular gap in between the wheel tracks.
As Sheriff Labrador looked closely at the wheel tracks, his personal cell phone rang.
Hello, this is Sheriff Labrador.
Larry's voice came through the phone.
That's right. The greatest expert I know is my Uncle Labby. Oh, he picked up. Uncle Labby, we need help. There was a monster in the tomato field. It's a traffic light monster that can float in the air and feed on tomatoes.
Tomatoes? Maybe this has something to do with the sweet at heart tomato juice. Okay, I happen to be near the tomato field now. I'll be right there.
In the tomato field, Larry, Lily, and Sheriff Labrador arrived at the scene of the crime.
Uncle Labby, we are right in the same tomato field where the traffic light monster floated back and forth last night. Lily saw it with her own eyes. So, our guess is that the monster must have eaten up the tomatoes.
That's right. The traffic light monster has 3 round heads. Red, yellow, and green. Just like traffic lights.
Sheriff Labrador took out his magnifying glass and looked closely at the cut marks on the tomato plants.
The cuts in the tomato plant are very neat and even. It was likely that some animal used a tool to cut the tomato plants and pull the tomatoes from their vines.
Then, Sheriff Labrador looked down at the ground and saw maple-leaf shaped footprints and long tail prints everywhere.
Based on these different footprint sizes and long tail prints of different widths, I think there was more than one animal involved in the tomato theft.
Sheriff Labrador followed the footprints to the roadside and found a few wheel imprints, which also happened to have that same small triangular gap. A bright beam flashed behind his dark, round eyes.
It wasn't Traffic Light Monster who stole the tomatoes. The thief is most likely a gang of animals.